list of all the Efulefus. And let me make it very clear, please. Anytime you see Mietiala terrorists in your village, direct them to the house of all these Efulefus. Let them go and occupy their villages. Maybe I can allow that. So they will see what it's like. Because this nonsense is too much. These are armed gun, these are gunmen, these are insurgents in the north, all over the place. Nobody is abducted. Look at their wives celebrating. You know that thing they do, all that rubbish. Look at their wives celebrating in public with them, with their assault rifles. If we try this thing in Biafra land, oh my, you will see all the intellectual idiots in the world. They will be at the forefront, castigating, writing rubbish. Now, where are they when these things are happening in the north? Where are you people? Look at those who are coming to take your land from you. Their women are in support of them. Look at how they are celebrating. Look at what they are doing. What does that tell you about your useless, wretched, gutter intellectualism? Because you can write two sentences or stitch them together, you think you're an intellectual. You are a fool. You are a born idiot. You're a fool. Look at them in the north. These are the people fighting terrorism. Britain will not say anything because Britain wants your life to be, they want you to be a slave forever and ever. They created Nigeria. Who are you to break it? They gave you a very wonderful name, nigger, and you're answering it with pride. And you claim you went to school. You are a fool. Now, this is the final confirmation. I'll play it for you. So you will listen, and listen very, very well, because some of you are daft to the core. I want to play it that you may be able to listen. Some of you should listen very, very carefully, please. Listen very, very carefully, because you don't know anything. You don't know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Listen to what is happening in the zoo about your so-called Buratai, hard men. I remember people saying, when he look at Tinubu, people without shame. There is no shame before their eyes. The Tinubu sold this wretched dead man to you. They knew he was a dictator, incompetent, foolish, diseased, and dying. They gave him to you. Let us hear what is happening. Please post this other video as well, that the world may know, so that Britain will know, that we know what they know, that they are supporting terrorists, bunch of terrorists. Let us listen, please. Let us listen, and listen very, very carefully to what this broadcast tonight. People, the world is listening very attentively. Please hear this.
And then mop up one area in the south was the start, and after that was done, mop up in the north. The division would follow behind, occupy terrain. We would train the division in situ in defensive positions, etc. But we were never...
I told you that the zoo, you forget the math Fulani is making. I told you that they have never won any war on their own before. They always rely on Daddy Britain. Daddy Britain, come on. You know the same way you have your Daddy GO is how the Fulani sees Britain as their Daddy Britain. They go to Britain and they beg them, please, Daddy, we are suffering. That Igbo man has come again. Oh, these Biafran people, Daddy, do something. Britain will say, oh, don't worry. My favorite idiot in the zoo, don't worry, I'm coming. My favorite animal, don't worry, I'm coming. And let me talk to America about it. These are the things you don't know. Do you know that they went to South Africa to go and hire white mercenaries in the Ocha Oyibo, white, to go and fight for them? This is army, our boys, Sambisa, our boys. These are your boys killing innocent, unarmed people. Look at, this man is now telling you from South Africa that Buhari stopped them from eliminating Boko Haram. I want every Efulefu to listen. All those idiots answering Biafran names, writing rubbish on social media, I want them to listen very, very carefully how foolish they are. Do you know that Buhari, when you sell your people, the governors, I want all these useless evil governors to listen carefully. And Ohaneze. Buhari, when he was alive, stopped the decimation of Boko Haram, a terrorist group known for killing people because they are his people. Have you learned anything at all? Or you are still very foolish, hoping on presidency they have promised you, joining your APC? They call Daddy Britain, Daddy come. Daddy Boban has come again. Oh, Daddy Britain come. Are you there? And Daddy Britain will come. I say, what is the problem? Okay, Facebook, start banning them. Ban them immediately. Amnesty, stop writing about them. ICC in The Hague, no, don't bring up that Biafran case anymore. The file should be closed. And they'll go to America and they say, to Trump, please, we are telling you, we are begging you, don't allow them here again anymore. Daddy Britain has acted. They now went to South Africa. They went to South Africa to go and beg white people to help them fight Boko Haram. The whites came and Buhari stopped them. I told you before, this army cannot fight the Zoo army. They are cowards. They cannot fight. Because as you are in the war front fighting, your village is being taken over by Fulani. The same man giving you orders at the war front, asking you, please go and fight, go and defend your country. Meanwhile, he is giving information to terrorists to go and take over your village. They are useless black people without brain. As you are fighting in Nigerian army, your village is going. They are taking over your village. Let us listen to the man, to what he has to say. Listen, please, very, very attentively. Listen.
Allowed to execute the entire operation. So in 1 month, we took back terrain larger than Belgium from Boko Haram. We were not allowed to finish because it came at a time when governments were in the process of changing. I think President Jonathan's government possibly saw the entire Boko Haram contract, if we call it that, almost as a last gasp in order to regain popularity. The incoming president...
Jonathan was desperate. Jonathan was so desperate. So they removed the Ihejirika. I want you to pay attention. Ihejirika is a Biafran and Igbo man, a general with pedigree, was decimating Boko Haram. I want people, those of you who conspired during Operation Python Dance, I don't even know if they really know. Once the devil has gone into an Efule, a traitor, once Sabon Tike, once the devil has gone into them, it blocks their ears and their thinking faculties. They can no longer reason very well. I want to ask you this question. Ihejirika was fighting insurgency, defeating Boko Haram. Boko Haram were killing people, bombing everywhere. Sultan of Sokoto, Buhari, all of them ganged up. Go and do your research. Sabo, go and do research. They ganged up and they said to Jonathan, you must remove Ihejirika. And Jonathan duly obliged. Of course, he's a coward. He obliged and removed Ihejirika. And as soon as he removed Ihejirika, Boko Haram was everywhere. They now went to South Africa to go and bring white people. Jonathan signed the contract, hoping that all that they will help him to get it. Because Obama said, if you cannot defeat Boko Haram, why should you go back again? So Jonathan was very desperate. But the handwriting was on the wall. Because every Fulani general in the army was a Boko Haram. They were supporting them. But some of you idiots don't know this. You think they're fighting them? Of course not. Of course they're not fighting them. Go and look at what is happening in the north. This man, listen carefully. Please post this very clip on my wall. The reason why I'm touching on is I need people to understand the depth of hypocrisy in the zoo. The depth of that. The Nigerian army cannot fight any war. The only thing they do very well is to kill civilians because Britain will defend them. They can come to your village and massacre everybody in your village. Believe you me, no foreign paper will report it because Britain will make sure that nobody hears about it. They are only good at killing civilians. Abducted Nigerian army, they are cowards. They cannot fight. They only fight unarmed civilians. Once you're armed, they cannot come to you. They are cowards, I'm telling you the truth. And who are the boys there? I don't know, Biafran boys, people from the South and Middle Belt. Tell me any Fulani at the war front as an infantry. So if infantry at the war front fighting Boko Haram, name one Fulani soldier you have seen before. Is it because some of our people answer northern names and go into the army? Are you following what I'm teaching you this evening? Listen to white, they hired Oyibo to go and fight Boko Haram. The army, Burata, you see Burata, you are busy killing unarmed civilians, doing Python dance, Buratai General, Lieutenant General. You see Punch newspaper hailing him, Yoruba media hailing him general for killing civilians. Kill civilians, unarmed people. Whereas when they encountered armed people, they went to South Africa to go and hire white man. Black people, this UG, black to the core, and useless. Blacks are useless. Let me listen to the man. Listen, please.
President Buhari, was heavily supported by a foreign government, and one of the first missions was to terminate our contract.
Could you name that?
Are you listening? Was supported by Obama. Obama is a supporter of terrorism. This is not somebody from IPOB. This is not a black man. He's a white man from South Africa. He's a mercenary. Obama was in support of Boko Haram terrorism because he wanted Jonathan to go. Do you understand me? Listen to the man once again, please. I want to rewind this little bit so you can understand it. You can. I wish I'm teaching only white people that will understand this. But we black people, our brain is not that great. You understand that very well. You see sand, very porous. It goes through here, comes out to the side. We are not very, very smart. We are not smart people at all. Listen, the man said, Buhari was supported by a foreign government. Who is that? Is Obama. Obama is a supporter of terrorism. If you don't know, you morons. Listen.
Really supported by a foreign government, and one of the first missions was to terminate our contract.
Could you name that foreign government?
Yes, we were told it was the United States, and they had actually funded...
Obama, the terrorist. He's an African. He's from Kenya. Obama is he's a black man. Useless. I would rather have a Trump anytime, any day that will look at me in the eye and say you're a black monkey so I can go and change my life for the better than an idiot massaging you and funding terrorists to kill you. Obama. Obama. Are you listening? Are you people following? This is your one Nigeria. These are the people sucking oil and gas from Biafra land. Corrupt to the core. He's a black man, of course he's corrupt. This UG the corrupt, of course he's corrupt to the core. Corrupt. Now you understand it, don't you? They wanted Jonathan out. From a white man, Obama will rot in hell. All of you idiots who are blacks in America hoping to vote for Democrats, I feel sorry for all of you. Before you talk any garbage, who we are holding you as slaves? It's not Democratic Party in America. Who are the slave owners in America? It's not Democratic Party. The Democrats in America, are they not the slave owners? Who fought for you to be free? Was it not a Republican president? You fools that don't go to school, you don't read, you don't study history, you know nothing. Listen, please.
President Buhari's campaign. The campaign manager for President Buhari came from the US.
Campaign manager for Buhari came from the US. Should I go? Please publish this very thing. Let people go and listen to it very carefully. Listen, spend your data and listen to it. The campaign manager of Buhari is from the US. And for us to be able to make US to start to ask questions about the killing of people, tells you how far we have gone. Do you know that is the reason why the State Department in America, when I tell them about Biafra, the killing of people, they tell them, no, because Buhari is their government. Britain did a very good job. Do you understand it? Hey, I wish some of these people can see what we see. I wish they can see what we see. And I'm happy to say that somebody like Obadiah, Mailafia, who is being persecuted in broad daylight for no offense known to law. Fulani people are killing his people. He is the one being invited by DSS. Sometimes I sit down and I wonder, and I ask God in heaven, and I kneel down, and I say to God in heaven, have you seen black people, what they are doing? Do you see the way they reason? Are you sure they're human beings? Because if they are, how come many people are not rising up to say that the persecution of Obadiah Mailafia is wrong? His people are being killed by Fulani headsmen, Fulani terrorists. The same Fulani terrorists who are in the army today.